I do love having a pillow castle in the morning, I really do. But
Good morning, Ben. How did you sleep last night?
I slept really well. The ship was rocking a little bit, but it wasn't bad at all. It was just a nice, like being in a crib when you're a baby, when it's moving back and forth. It was really nice. But yeah.
We actually rang down the night before to get a mattress topper for our bed.
Yeah.
Because it didn't have one. And boy, has it made the world of difference.
Yeah, it was really weird. So basically our two mattresses were put together after we asked, and it was just a sheet over the top. So he kept falling through the middle bit. So I'm not sure if our room attendant forgot, but then he put on a mattress topper between the two, and it's like super comfortable now. It's lovely. But yeah, slept really well. Looking forward to a day at sea on this transatlantic day. Yes, I bring my own pillow and blankets. I'm really weird like that. I always do. I've always done it ever since I even worked at Virgin Atlantic when I was flying around the world. It's just something I do. I'm very strange. Just looking at what's going on today on the app. I know we've said it so many times, but the Carnival Hub app is so good. Do you know when it just works without any problems?
Yeah, it's not fancy. It doesn't do anything fancy, but it just does what you need it to do.
It does absolutely everything I need it to do. I'm just looking at what's going on. There's loads of stuff. Creativity at sea. We've got Walk a Mile with Lee, our cruise director. Morning trivia. There is so much stuff. Super impressive. Well, ahoy there, cruisers, and welcome to the Atlantic Ocean. Yes. As we said, 7 whole days at sea, which is going to be crazy. It's already beautifully warm out here and the seas are lovely and smooth. There is a bit of a swell, but it's not too bad. This is gorgeous. I could just spend hours out here on the balcony just watching the sea go by or the ocean go by. You see things like flying fish. We've spotted dolphins and whales before. So it's just lovely just to sit out here, relax, maybe read, listen to some music. One of the great things about transatlantics is that you get to relax and disconnect from land, and that's one of our favourite things about these types of cruises. Also, one of my favourite things about these types of cruises is the food. David's gave the cabin a little spruce and clean because we always feel guilty about the room attendants having to clean up our mess. I know it's vacation, but we still do feel guilty, don't we?
I would say guilty / embarrassed, because I don't want the cabin attendant moving my smalls. I really fancy going to the eating healthy while travelling talk.
That's not going to happen. Eating healthy on a cruise, why on earth would you do that?
Do you know what the funny thing is? They've put it in the Punchline Comedy Club.
It's a joke.
I'm not joking. Punchline Comedy Club.
That's hilarious. So it basically is a giant joke.
But loads of trivia on, so there's a 7 is trivia, 8 is trivia.
Right, David, we need to get to Emeril's for breakfast because we are going to be late because we did get up late today. So hurry up, let's go.
I'm hungry and I'm so looking forward to this. Everybody has been telling us, have you done Emeril's yet? Have you done Emeril's yet? We haven't, so we're going to do it right now. Come on. Oh, cruise card would be helpful, wouldn't it?
So whilst we're walking at breakfast, it's a good time to update you about how our cruise is here on the Carnival Celebration. We're honestly having a really good time. We have to say, first of all, the crew are amazing. Ever since they've had their masks taken off, it just feels a lot better. It really does. You have a better relationship with them as a passenger. I know that sounds weird, but it's lovely to see their smiles. Big thumbs up so far, having a really wonderful time. Entertainment's amazing, the cruise director Lee, fantastic. This video would not be possible without our lovely sponsor, Surfshark. Surfshark is a VPN. To put it really simply, with a click of a button, it keeps your online identity safe by encrypting all of the information sent between your device and the internet. If you're connected to any public Wi-Fi, for example in an airport, hotel or cafe, you are always at risk. Surfshark keeps your personal data protected from big companies and cyber criminals. It can even block ads, trackers, malware and phishing attempts, allowing you to surf the web safely. A VPN also allows you to change the real location of your device with a new one, which means you can virtually travel to any country around the globe. And with 3,200 servers in 65 different countries, there's so much to explore. We are always travelling, so we don't want to miss all of our favourite TV shows and home comforts. So with a click of a button, we can move our virtual location back to the UK. This opens all of our internet again and gives us access to all of our usual on-demand content, so that we can catch up with all of our favourite TV programmes just as if we were home. And because we're working with Surfshark, use our discount code CRUISE to get 83% off plus 3 extra months for free. And best of all, Surfshark is offering you a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's no risk to try it out. Well, hello and welcome to Emeril's Bistro, $13.97. So this is actually a specialty restaurant, but they do a specialty breakfast as well. So that means you have to pay for it. The plates are $6 each, and you've got to pay for things like coffee as well. You actually order at the counter over there, then you give them one of these lovely little things to say you've ordered, and then the servers will bring your food over to you. I've got to say, we've got super high expectations of this place because everybody's been coming up to us and telling us how good it is. You can have a look at the menu by looking at the QR code on your phone as well, but there's a menu over there as well, so super excited for this. Breakfast time.
Yes, and it does seem super popular. It is quite busy this morning. Quite a few people are already queuing up as well. If you didn't want to buy coffee, there is a coffee station, a temporary coffee station at breakfast, just down there next to the Latitudes Bar as well. Save yourselves a couple of dollars. My first course has came, I got the shrimp Creole omelette. Just have to say though, it has came before any of our drinks. So we still don't have our coffee yet, which is a bit of a shame because you kind of want your coffee with your meal, don't you? Well, first impressions is it looks good. Comes with some nice sweet potatoes on the side as well. That is absolutely wonderful. It is full. I don't know if you can see, Ben. It is absolutely full of filling. Not spicy, but got lots of like spices. So it's not hot spice, but it's full of spices. Let's try the sweet potatoes. They're cold. I think they're a little bit undercooked as well. They're not very good at all. But the omelette is banging. Really good. Next up, because we're pigs, we also got a dessert because you've got to have breakfast desserts. I got the Bananas Foster crepes. It looks wonderful as well. Gosh, that is so good. I could eat that every single morning. Super sweet, super naughty.
Yeah, guys, so I'm sat here with no food and David's been served both his main and dessert, which is, come on guys, we expect them to be served at the same time in a specialty restaurant especially. I'll just have to watch and be jealous of David's food. I am picking up the banana crepes, so but I really want some coffee, please. Coffee first.
I'm all finished overall. That was nice. I liked the omelette. Like I said though, the sweet potatoes were absolutely stone cold. That is not good enough for speciality. It's also been 15 minutes and Ben still hasn't had anything to eat and still no coffee. The crew seem to be really stretched again in here. There's one person doing coffee and serving the whole table, so you can't really blame them. There's just not enough crew. And when you are paying for it, it's not good enough. You kind of let it slide a little bit in the included restaurants, but in a specialty restaurant, you expect the service to be top notch.
Ooh, and my meal has finally came after 20 minutes. Yay, because I'm bloomin' starving, guys. I'm like a ravaging bear ready to eat. Anyway, I got the croissant breakfast sandwich and it does look really delicious. It's got an omelette in there, cheese, ham. Let's pat her down and stick her in my mouth, eh? Bursting full of flavour. I'm having fireworks in my mouth right now. It's really good. I don't know what's in there. There's something kind of like spicy and like Creole and very southern. Really delicious. The ham's really good. The cheese and the omelette are absolutely delicious. Really, really good sandwich. It's huge. Look at the size of it. It's great for $6, to be fair. It's a good bargain, the sandwiches. Thank gosh, guys. The coffee has finally arrived. I can get my nice start off to the day. Ooh, the Power Ranger's doing the splits. That's got some power to it. It really does. Much nicer than the free coffee, I have to say. Sandwich is really good. The service is good. The servers are absolutely lovely, but I think there's like 2 of them for this whole place. And it is absolutely rammed, so I feel really bad for them because it is slow because of that. Breakfast dessert time. It's my favourite time of the day. I went for the sweet potato waffles. They come with some cream, fresh pecans, fresh strawberries. So it's sweet potato, you heard me right, so it's really a healthy dessert. Jeepers creepers with a cherry on top. Oh my gosh, it's very sweet, but super delicious. You know how much I love my sweet food. That is wonderful. You can't taste sweet potatoes, but it's a really delicate flavour. The cream's really good. It's got a powdering of powdered sugar on there as well. It isn't cocaine, and it's really, really delicious. A really great breakfast. The food here has been fantastic, apart from those cold fries. Crew are lovely, so lovely, so it's not on them at all. It's just that there isn't enough of them, which is a shame, but we do understand things are happening in the world with COVID and stuff, so cruise lines are finding it hard to get new crew, but we've had it better on other cruise lines, so I'm going to place this whole waffle in my mouth and finish my breakfast. So entertainment-wise on these transatlantics, already they're doing a talk with the captain. You get loads of cool things like that on a transatlantic, but so much going on around the ship at all times with trivia, competitions, movies on deck on the big screen, so you can watch movies under the stars in the night like many of the other cruise lines, and so much good entertainment and so many shows here on the centre stage and in the theatre on the front from both visiting acts and the cast on board. That was super interesting. So it's all of the crew from all of the different departments, like the hotel department, chefs, HR, just telling us how they put a ship like this together and launch it. Guys, I'm in athletic wear going to the gym. Are you proud of me? got my water bottle and my headphones, watch some Netflix, and attempt to do some, what I like to call exercise. That was a workout, wasn't it? First time in a while. Did 3 miles, which I'm happy about. 5k on the old elliptical machine, or cross trainer as we call them.
It's quite bumpy, so sometimes it feels like you're running downhill then running uphill.
Yes.
It's a little bit strange.
Anyway, the gym is a must-do on a transatlantic. It keeps you sane, makes you feel like you've done some actual exercise, so it's all good.
Just popped back to the room to pick up some new batteries for the camera, and it's been cleaned while we're having breakfast at Emeril's. And look what we've got in the room. We've got a little bit of a sexy kitten laid out on the bed, welcoming us back to the room.
I know, talk about Queen Sheba there. She's living the life, isn't she?
Just needs some strawberries, be like, hello boys, welcome home.
That's awesome, I love the towel animals.
So I'm going to keep this one as much as I can before the head falls off or something. So I lay it outside in the sun, so it looks like it's sunbathing.
So we came down to the Java Blue Cafe for another coffee. Oh, Shania Twain riding a horse. That has got a bit of a kick to it, it really does, but hey, it's complimentary. But if you do want to buy coffee here in the Java Blue coffee shop, it is really, really reasonable. So coffees are like $2.50, cold brews $4. Other cruise lines like Royal Caribbean, for example, they charge up to $7. So it is quite reasonable. For breakfast, you can come here and get some snacks. They have some breakfast items. For lunch and dinner, they have some complimentary sandwiches and snacks as well. If you do want something sweet, however, after breakfast, you do have to pay for it here. So they've got things like muffins and cakes and things like that, but they are an extra charge and they are quite pricey. We recommend going up to the buffet and grabbing a cookie or an ice cream up there. But anyway, I'm going to try and enjoy this coffee. Oof. That's not right. So this isn't only a transatlantic cruise, it's actually the inaugural cruise of Carnival Celebration as well. And we've got to say so far it's been a little bit disappointing. We've been on board a week now and we haven't had many gifts. Now, if you didn't know, inaugural cruises, you usually get little gifts in your cabin. So like on Royal Caribbean, we got lots of things. We got little key rings and little gifts every single day, little treats and things. Everybody on the cruise did, not just us. But on this one, we haven't really had anything apart from a key ring, so that's been a bit disappointing. And no like a free glass of champagne or bubbly when we got on board the ship as well, which is something you get on a lot of the other cruise lines for inaugurals. Seems a bit of a cutback, but hey, it's just one of those things, isn't it? So we've came outside to Guy's Pig and Anchor Smokehouse. Oh my gosh, the best barbecue we've tasted at sea on the Mardi Gras. So we're looking forward to trying it for lunch. At lunchtime, it's kind of a buffet, but you are served by the crew and it's outside. And because the weather today is absolutely beautiful, oh, it's gorgeous and it's quite calm as well, we're going to sit outside, do a little bit of al fresco dining, shall we? Lots of food on offer, lots of meats. They've got salads, they have things like mac and cheese and beans. So we're going to get all of the food goodness because I am hungry in my tummy. So let's get some lunch, shall we? To say I'm a fan of this barbecue place would be an absolute understatement. It looks spectacular. What have I gone and got? Well, every single thing, completely for research purposes because I want you guys to experience this with us. I've got all of the meat. We've got the pork, beef, chicken, everything. So if I don't turn into a farmyard animal by the end of this, something's wrong. Anyway, doesn't it look Gordon Ramsay? Do you get it? Gordon Ramsay. Oh my gosh, the Department of Agricultural is going to pull me over because I will be half animal when I get there. Anyway, first things first, going to try the mac and cheese. So cheesy, so delicious and yummy. I'm going to go in for the slow cooked beef and pork now. I'm going to do a little bit of a duo on my mouth. Mariah Carey covered in glitter. That is sparkling. Absolutely delicious. The meat is super tender. I mean, just look at that piece of beef. I cannot get over how good the barbecue is in this place. It's spectacular. We don't tend to have good barbecues in England, so I'm only judging this by my own tastes, but yummy, muck yummy. The beans, the coleslaw, the chicken. Best thing, we get to eat al fresco as well. I love this outdoor area on deck 8. It's fantastic. You get to watch the sea go by. Anyway, David's going to get something else for lunch. Do you want to go grab it, David?
Now I went for something different because the barbecue is really meat heavy and there's nothing I really liked on there, so I went to get a pizza. That's the great thing, is Ben can have his meat and I can have my blue cheese pizza. I got the 4 cheese pizza, made fresh as well. If you want a whole pizza, you can do, and you just have to wait for it. It took about 5 minutes. That blue cheese pizza, so good, so cheesy. Really strong blue cheese flavour, which I love. And then Guy's sauce, oh, tops it off. Yum.
The outdoor areas on Celebration are really lovely. We do really appreciate them. Do bear in mind though, if you're on sort of deck 9 or 10 on the right hand side, so the starboard side, there is a smoking section here on deck 8 and I can smell it all the way back from here. We're a good like 50 meters away from it and I can really smell it. So if you are sensitive to smoke, cigarette smoke, which is a bit of a shame, they should really put the smoking areas on the top section just to keep it away from people who don't smoke. But yeah, the outdoor area is really lovely. So yeah, really successful lunch. Got to say the quick service places, we've said it so many times, are so good on this ship. Whilst the main dining might lack a little bit, it's just not as finessed. Everything else is great. I've got to say, the more that I'm cruising on Carnival, the more that I'm liking it. Wow, never thought I'd hear myself saying that, but I am genuinely having a great time. We're having a lovely time on the ship. Loads of other food options. You've got Guy's Burger, which is delicious. You've got Shack's Chicken, Blue Iguana Cantina for those burritos. You've got the buffet. Endless options for lunch. It's really good.
Hello.
Lift is broken.
Are we supposed to get on? Maybe it's a sign to take the stairs.
There's something severely wrong with those elevators. We don't normally take them. We only normally take them if we're on like deck 5 going up to 17. But oh my gosh, they keep stopping midway. They keep squeaking. It's not good. I'm sure they'll get it fixed. They're only minor problems. I'm sure they are safe. And they drop as well. When you get in them, they kind of drop when you start going up. So it's like do 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 do. If you've been on Terror Tower, crazy. Anyway, we're going to go and have a look at the top decks now. So let's talk about transatlantics and specifically seasickness, because we get asked this question a lot. Are you going to suffer from seasickness on a transatlantic? It depends on you, but we can say that it is bumpy now and again most of the time. There's two places where it can get very bumpy. The Bay of Biscay, which is just off the coast of France, the Brest of France, between France and Spain after you leave Southampton, and the Straits of Gibraltar can be bumpy as well. This is where the seas sort of mix and meet. These can be bumpy, sometimes they're not bumpy, but at some point during your crossing it can get quite swelly. That's where the swells are a little bit bigger, so sort of the waves and the movements of the sea are a little bit higher. But honestly, we say book a cabin low down in the center of the ship to avoid this, because the lower down you are and the more in the center of the ship you are, it's better. There's less movement. So when you're higher towards the front or the back, it's where you're going to feel it more. But honestly, guys, there's medication for it. We use Bonine, so it's a non-drowsy medication, but you can only get this from the USA. They also do own brand ones in Walgreens and places like that as well. So you can get it a bit cheaper, but you can pop one of these and honestly, it makes you feel a lot better. But if you are afraid of seasickness, a transatlantic probably isn't the best for you, because even now we've got some little swells. You can see the ship moving up and down and sort of rolling as well. But these new ships especially are so equipped with all of the latest technology like stabilizers, and the captains and the crew avoid bad weather, so you don't have to worry about it too much. And usually it only lasts for a day or two as well, so if you can get through that, those bad parts like the Straits of Gibraltar and the Bay of Biscay, you're all good. But it would never put us off doing one, because today is a wonderful day. There's nothing better being disconnected from the whole world, being in the middle of the ocean, watching a roller coaster go by, as you do on a cruise ship.
This is wonderful. I can't see a speck of land from here. That's the great thing about the transatlantics. I'm connected to the internet, but it is a great time to disconnect if you want. Just don't buy the Wi-Fi. I'm just replying to some messages on Facebook and Instagram. Come and follow us on there if you want. But yeah, this is really wonderful. One thing we've noticed about this ship, and we said the same thing on the Mardi Gras, is that it doesn't feel overly busy. Now, if it is a full cruise, it can get busy, but there's still lots of spaces. Even though there's over 5,000 people on this cruise, there's still lots of sun loungers available, which is lovely. They may not be at the main pool area, but if you do look around the ship, you will find one. And personally, I like to be away from the main pool because it's much quieter down here. We've came up to the ultimate playground. This is the area where you can't get bored on the ship. This is why this ship is really good for a transatlantic, because on that long crossing, you've got plenty to keep you entertained. What should we do first?
The ultimate playground is absolutely insane. Still can't believe that there's a blooming roller coaster on this thing. You get 2 laps for $15 per person. It is very, very quick, but it's very good. It's a lot faster than you think it is when you're up there. It's great.
There is restrictions. There is height restrictions and weight restrictions, and they will weigh you as well before you go on it. You can try out what it feels like at the bottom. If you're unsure about the actual carriage, there's one at the bottom for you to try.
The ropes course, absolutely terrifying, but so much fun. It is a really, really good one. It's got some really unique bits in it. Guys, you know how terrified of heights I am, and that was quite scary. Oh my gosh, guys, we're about to get on the ropes course. One of the Carnival crew said it's the best by far of the whole fleet. I am absolutely pooping myself. Oh my gosh, my heart is beating. It's gonna be okay. We're strapped in. We've got a strap on. It's gonna be fine. Let's do this. Let's go. Let's get on. We're gonna do it. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be good. Oh my gosh, guys, this is pretty scary. I'm walking the plank now. I'm actually not as nervous as I thought I would be. Here comes David. Hey. Yeah, the ship is definitely rocking. Oh my gosh, David. Oh, this is a bit scary now.
It's getting windy.
This is... Hey, David, you are running.
I'm trying to get off as quick as I can. I don't know why I took this course.
This is scary.
I'm actually doing okay at the moment.
Yay! Well done. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This one's horrible. This one's horrible. This one's horrible. Oh, there's a roller coaster. This one's horrible. Let me off. Let me off. Oh. Oh, guys. Oh, I didn't like that one. There's a roller coaster. It's wobbly. Guys, look at this next one. Right or left? What do you think? I'm going to go right. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. I'm done with this now, guys. Oh, shoot. It wobbles. These are wobbly. These are bloody wobbly. My feet hurt. They're so tense. Oh my god.
Oh God.
Right.
I stretched in places I didn't know I could stretch.
Right, whose idea was this? Oh, guys, that was scary. It didn't look that scary from below. You know I hate heights, but I did it. I'm so proud of myself. Woohoo! Oh, I need a cold beer now. That was terrifying.
Well, that's a way to wake yourself up in the daytime, isn't it? That was brilliant. I really enjoyed that. Definitely more scary when we are moving. We were swaying up there and it was quite windy, but I enjoyed that. I'd do that again. I'm trying to convince Ben to come back on with me and do the plank this time.
Not a chance.
The subscribers said they want you to do
I
it.
did it once, David, so go away. Leave me alone.
Okay.
And the 3 slides are awesome. There's one drop one with the trap door, a racing one, and one where you're kind of on like a little mat where you face forward. It's super fast, but super good. This is a first for me on a cruise ship, going down on a raft. Awesome. Love the slide. So much fun. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh.
Jesus.
Oh my god, it's going!
That is fast. That's brilliant. Definitely the yellow one and the blue one are the best. So fun.
Here we go. Wow. That was amazing. It's just fantastic. The drop slide is awesome. I'm out of breath doing all these stairs. Oh, it was brilliant. Let's play some golf. It's Ben versus David.
This is the Mini Golf Championship 2022. There's a big prize on offer, guys. Who's going to get the next round of drinks?
Right, David, let's go.
There you go. Got you a club.
I know size doesn't matter, David, but isn't that significantly shorter than your one?
Well,
It's a baby one.
you said you said you're the best at this, so I thought, you know, it's not a fair advantage.
Well, that's not going to do, is it?
Let's play. I've got my balls in my hand and we're ready to go.
Ooh, treat yourself.
Got blue balls.
Oh, I don't need to limber up. I'm already stretchy and ready for this. I got this. Come on, I can do this. Yes. Have you caught anything, David?
Just commiserations for not winning.
You ready for a little drink on the balcony, David?
Well, it's going to have to be water then. So I went to get a bottle of wine, brought it on board with us, thinking, oh, treat ourselves. We'll enjoy it on the balcony. Got it from the Canary Islands. A glass of Spanish wine.
Oh.
I don't have a corkscrew. I rang the room attendant to see if he had one. They said they're not allowed to give them out.
Really?
Yeah, can't
I
give them
thought
out.
they were.
Can't go to the bar because the bar won't do it for us. You're going to have to just look at this bottle of wine from a distance. There is ways and means of opening it, but I don't do it. I did Google search it. It involves whacking it against a wall with a shoe and a towel, and I don't really want to do that on a cruise ship. I'll just have to, I wonder if I can smell it. This is so frustrating! Big mistake number one.
Oh, let's just open our sparkling and go on the balcony, eh? Let's go right now. Well, we've got a nice vintage from Spain, a lovely orange from a company called Fanchar Zero. Treat yourself, cheers guys. Ooh, we're getting notes of citrus, sparkle. She's got legs like David. Oh, delicious. This is one of the most beautiful things about a transatlantic cruise. The sea, or the ocean in this case. It's just beautiful. No land anywhere near us. We're thousands of miles from anywhere. No ships in the distance and that beautiful noise. We really like transatlantics. There are a few pros and cons, and we're going to talk about them now, about why we like them, but why it might not be for you. We've got 7 sea days. We've mentioned this a few times, and that's a lot of sea days. And it's great for us because we get to catch up on some work, do some editing, and just relax. And especially just listen to that beautiful sound and just disconnect from land. It's really fantastic.
Transatlantics are a great time to relax, unwind. Everything goes a little bit slower because there's no rush to cram everything on the ship into a short couple of days. On this cruise, we had ports at the beginning and then this long stretch of sea days. So it was nice we could enjoy the ports and then worry about doing everything on the ship during the sea days. You can also fully disconnect on a transatlantic if you want to. If you're the type of person where you want to completely disconnect from land, you don't buy the Wi-Fi package, you've got no phone signal out here, so you are literally cut off. Some people absolutely love that. Personally, I'd go insane, but if that's what you're looking for, this is the perfect cruise for you. You also get a completely different crowd on a transatlantic. You tend to get people that love to cruise and do love to do these transatlantic cruises. So they are a very different crowd, they're very friendly. They want to do a lot more things, so you'll tend to see them doing a lot more of the classes on board, dance classes, knitting, napkin folding, quizzes. The crowd also tend to be a little bit older. You'll get very few children on these cruises because they are longer, so they do draw an older crowd.
Yeah, you're going to find a lot more people higher up on the cruise loyalty schemes, for example, like Platinum Cruises, and they do get extra benefits, so they get to book things first, and because there's lots of them, that can be a downside. It's never really been a problem for us. We have to say about disconnecting as well, the Wi-Fi on this ship is absolutely spectacular. In over 70 cruises we've done, I don't think we've seen it any better. It's really reasonable. You can pay for a day or you can pay for a package for a whole week or 2 weeks, and there's different levels, like a premium package, a streaming package, a basic value package. It's really good. It's been very reliable and really fantastic, so that's a big thumbs up. Another positive has to be the crew as well, because this is an unusual cruise, because crew usually do the same cruise over and over again, and it just becomes a little bit like Groundhog Day for them. But because this is a different type of cruise, you feel that the crew are really excited to go somewhere brand new and start a brand new season somewhere else. In our example, the ship's going to the Caribbean, so they've spent a lot of time in Europe usually if this wasn't an inaugural. So it's really fantastic for them. So you do see them very excited to get somewhere brand new.
Let's take a look at some of the cons of doing a transatlantic or a repositioning cruise. A lot of cruise lines now don't visit very good ports of call on these transatlantics. Some of them are only doing 1 or 2 ports, then heading straight over to the Caribbean. We've even seen some cruises just go straight over to the Caribbean, so you're just getting sea days. So that can be a downside, but if you do love your sea days like we do, this is the perfect cruise for you. And I know we touched on it earlier on, but weather and rough seas may be an occurrence on your transatlantic cruise.
And another con could be that there's just too much time, so you might get a little bit bored. For us, we love it because we get to wind down. So that was a positive for us. Bring all of those books that you've wanted to read, all of the quizzes you've wanted to do. If you want to download some things from Netflix and things so you can just chill out with the door open and relax, do that as well. Or just take the time to really relax and spend time with loved ones like we like to do. It's really fantastic. Getting closer and closer to Miami. The fact that the next port's going to be Miami is just crazy to me. Because not only does it get nice and warmer as you go along, but the clocks go back every night, basically every sea day, which is lovely. So you get an extra hour in bed every single night. If you are doing it eastbound, do bear in mind you lose an hour every day. So you do end up getting up very late at the end of the cruise because you're losing a whole hour every day. But we love them. Brilliant cruises.
We've came to the new Latitudes Bar. This is different to Mardi Gras. This whole area is themed after like traveling and the golden age of travel. This bar has cocktails inspired by traveling around the world and world beers as well. I've got myself an aviation gin. It looks positively violet, but it's actually very delicious. If you like a gin martini, it's kind of very similar to that with a lovely aftertaste, like a fruity aftertaste. Cheers, that's delish. What did you get, Ben?
I got a Sierra Mist because I'm driving the camera tonight. But I've got to say, this whole area, the gateway, is becoming one of my favourite areas on the ship. Tonight, it almost looks like Picasso and maybe like the Sagrada Familia in Barcelona. It's really beautiful, really colourful windows, lighting all the way around, and we're going to have some live music in a few minutes. It's really fantastic. So when it comes to booking dining on the cruise ship, even the complimentary dining, apart from the quick service stuff, it's really simple. You use the Carnival Hub app to check in, and it's really simple. You just go onto the app, click food and dining, pick where you want to eat, and then check in, and then it gives you a waiting time. We've got a waiting time of 10 to 20 minutes for the main dining room, and we'll get a little notification when we're all ready to go and eat. So a top tip is to sit down in a bar, have yourself a little drink, check in, and take your drink to the dining room when it's ready. Super simples.
Ooh, our table is ready, Ben. I've just got the notification on my phone. That took 2 sips of a cocktail. Nowhere near 20 minutes. Just keep an eye on your phone for the notification. It'll tell you when your table is ready. It actually does a cute little celebration thing. It has like confetti on your screen.
So we've come to the Festival restaurant, which is the main dining room on board. It's over 2 floors. We're on the 2nd floor. We've got our bread course, which is pumpkin seeded bread, and it's delicious with some salty butter. We put our orders in and we're looking forward to some dinner. Oh my gosh, guys. So we were planning to film our meal in the main dining room. Then things went a bit south. The food was fine. The portions were a little bit small. Service was a little bit slow because we still don't think that there's enough crew on board. But it was pretty okay. The servers were really lovely. But we had the most obnoxious table sat behind us. A group of about 15 people. They were so loud, guys, and they were vile. The things they were saying were really horrible. Lots of swearing, lots of talking about what they wanted to do to women. Oh, it was awful. And there was families sitting around as well. It was super awkward. So we just wanted to get out there as quick as possible. And that's one of the great things. You can order as much as you want. We said the portions were quite small, and they are. It's such a shame that that was a bad meal, and it was all because of those people. They really did ruin it for a lot of tables around. Everybody was shaking their heads and stuff. We did tell the server, so he could tell the maitre d'. They were very drunk, and they're what we would call chavs in the UK. I think you guys in the US call them rednecks, maybe. But yeah, it wasn't very pleasant because everybody else on the cruise has been so lovely. The fellow passengers are really, really, really lovely, and the crew are lovely. So it's such a shame people are like that on here.
I actually thought they were actors. I'm not kidding you. I thought this was a whole scene that somebody...
Jerry Springer.
I thought somebody was punking us because the things they were saying were so inappropriate. And the way they were acting was so stereotypical of what you see of these type of people on TV that I did not think they were real. I honestly didn't. Now, we're not feeling unwell. We did order dessert, but we just was not having a great time in there, so we said to skip the dessert at the end instead, and we're going to get some around the ship.
So after dinner, we did a live for our patrons, so we do a Zoom call every single month, and it was really good to catch up with all of our lovely patrons. So it's now 10:30, so we're going to go try and find some dessert. We think that all of the ice cream places, swirls, are still open at the back of the ship, so let's head there.
yeah, worst comes to worst, we did stash lots of cakes and cookies with us as well. We brought them on the ship with us, so we always have our backup supply if we can't find anything. So overall, dinner in the main dining rooms, okay, not my favourite. I do much prefer the other complimentary options. So Chibang and the Italian restaurant as well. They're much more calmer. They're a little bit smaller, the restaurants in there as well. So I do prefer them to the big main dining room at the back. When in doubt, you can always get a cheeky ice cream from the Heroes Lounge. In this cute little truck here, you can get it from this, you can get swirls, you can get a mixed one, chocolate or vanilla. Yum. Goes really well with the cookies that we brought with us as well.
Right, next up we're going to head outside to the upper decks to take a look at the 80s glow party. Yes, there are different parties on several nights during this cruise upstairs, and tonight is an 80s theme, so we're going to go check that out. We haven't done this before, so...
Dance with somebody. I want to feel the heat with somebody.
Oh my gosh, those deck parties are so much fun. But oh my gosh, am I tired. Oh, it's like after midnight now, and with the time difference on these transatlantics, it's starting to feel very late, but what a fun night.
Oh, I've got like 70,000 stairs to go down and my feet are killing me from dancing. And I'm not getting in that Tower of Terror lift unless I actually have to. Oh,
Are you tired, David?
my gosh. I'm tired. Cruising and vacationing and relaxing don't half take it out of you, but there is so much to do on this ship. Thank you for joining us for this episode. I really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you as well to our patrons. You guys are awesome. If you'd like to become a patron, in return for giving us a little bit of extra support, you receive extra benefits such as completely advert-free videos. We also upload them a little bit early as well. We also do a monthly Zoom chat, and you also get some behind-the-scenes videos as well. Click the link in the description section below to find out more. Happy cruising!
Happy cruising, I forgot to say it. Sorry, I'm tired.
Oh, come on, babe. It's only been 6 years of practice.
Night, guys. Lots of love.